Yes, we've got the Mags in the next round of the Cup at the Stadium of Light, the first weekend in January, just in time for Amad Diallo to come back. Get in, I'm absolutely buzzing. I've seen on Twitter a few Sunderland supporters say that they're not really asked about it, but for me, I'm absolutely buzzing. All week, when these fixtures used to come out in the Premier League, all week you're thinking about it. Your stomach's turning. You cannot concentrate because you cannot wait for the weekend for this day. Nothing beats a derby day. Even the Mags, let's be honest, on your Newcastle supporters, a lot of them, there's a few who follow us on here as well, have said, I cannot wait for you to come back up. I want you to get back in the Premier League so we can play you again, because there's no other game what's like a derby day. And I'm going to put my neck on the chopping block here and say, there's no other derby what comes close to the time where you derby. There's nothing like it. It's absolutely unbelievable. The electric atmosphere with the just constant fans singing at each other all game long. The poor teams, the poor fan bases do make a really good occasion, and I just cannot wait for this one. I'm not daft. Listen, we've beat them 9 times we're unbeaten in 9 games in a row with them. We've beat them 6 times in a row against them. They come unstuck against us. They couldn't beat us, but that's a different Newcastle. Listen, they've had the takeover. Us Sunderland supporters are not daft. We've seen what they're achieving on the pitch at the minute. They've just beat Man United. They drew, and they should have beat PSG. They drew against AC Milan. They did come unstuck against Borussia Dortmund, but they're doing well. They can still qualify that for the next round. Eddie Howe's not daft. I think he will field a weaker team against us in the FA Cup because his main focus and priority will be elsewhere. But also, on the other hand, he knows what a derby means to Newcastle. Well, yeah, they can wrong rights of previous years gone by. They'll be wanting blood, basically. They'll be wanting revenge. They'll be wanting to come and beat us. You've got to put it into perspective. A derby day is different. Any team can win on any other any day on any other occasion. So when it comes to a derby, it's totally different. It's not like any other game. Everybody gets up for it, and luckily, previous gone by, Sunderland players have got up for it out of the Mags. I know that Newcastle play with a high intensity, a high press now, so we've just got to overcome that one. Amad Diallo in January, if he comes back, it brings the extra spice to our team, what we're desperate for at the minute. Where you're struggling on the pitch, I'm not going to lie, for the Mags supporters watching, there's plenty of game time from now till January when we do come up against them, but we are struggling on the pitch at the minute. You've got 0 strikers have scored for us, right? They've had plenty of chances and plenty of minutes played, but 0 have scored. They've had a few chances, like I said. The form's not the best. Morale isn't the best at the minute. A lot of Sunderland supporters are chanting for Mowbray out, so signs are not good leading up into this derby game. But like I keep saying, a derby day is different. A cup game, never just mind a derby day, a cup game as well, if you want to throw that in there. A cup game can always throw up a shock. You always say the lower league teams beating the higher league teams, especially one what's butchered with injuries. The Mags have injuries after injuries. Nick Pope's out. I don't know how long for. So that could lead into our favour. That could benefit us. But I do know the young lads for the Mags, what you call Miley or Smiley, he's been playing absolute mint. But I think they're keeping him for the first team, like for the first team games, Premier League. He's been playing in Europe. So are they even going to look at other players elsewhere and savour him? Didn't get us wrong, they're the richest club in the world. They always like to know. Blood money in my eyes, but nonetheless, they're the richest club in the world, and also January's there for them and all. They're going to be bringing players in left, right, and centre. Obviously, the main man, Callum Wilson's out. Isaac's come in. He's another top drawer, 50 odd million or something like that. So they've got money to burn, and they can bring players in to get that strength in depth back. But like I keep saying, Sunderland players of history, previous gone by, always get up for these games. They always get themselves pumped up and will always come into this game with a different mentality. So hopefully we can do that again. Well, we'll have to do that again, never mind, hopefully. But I'm not daft. I'm not stupid. I know what the squad they've got, and I know how good they're playing at the minute. And I've seen a lot of Sunderland supporters on social media, not all of them, just like I'd say a minority, saying they didn't really want to play them. They're not bothered about this game. They didn't give a shit. Where for me, how can you not? How can you not want to play Newcastle? And I know for the fact the Mags are the same. They're exactly the same as us. They'll want to play us. They'll want revenge. They'll want to wrong all them years of hurt for them, you know what I mean? We've beat them 6 in a row and 9 in a row. This could be 10 if we beat them on January. So they'll be coming into this game wanting to win. Eddie will get them all pumped up and hyped up for this game. I know for a fact he will. So it's not going to be a full-going... They're in the Premier League. They're in Europe. It's going to be fucking hard. It's going to be a really, really hard game. If we manage to beat them, I'll be ecstatic. I really will. But like I say, for Newcastle supporters who know nothing about us and haven't been following us, knee strikers have scored as of yet, believe it or not. We're coming up to January, which is insane. So credit the squad for being 9th at the minute. Also, fans shouting Mowbray out. Then you've got strange... You know, we're picking players, and then you've got players playing out in position. In my eyes, Luke O'Nien, our defender, he is not 6 foot, and he's not a defender. He should be playing in the midfield, in front of the defence. That's where he will be suited best. So you put him in front of the defence and bring in Silver Triantus, which is 6'5", proper defenders. And this tactic of our full-backs cutting in, it's stupid. We've got nobody on the overlap. Our strikers are getting isolated every game, and the game's passing them by. They do get the odd chance, but there's that many, you know, opposition opponents where they suss Jack Clark out, they suss what our tactics are all about, and they isolate him and they keep him out the game. So he struggles to get support to the strikers, and the strikers, when the chances are coming up to them, they might be half chances, so they will have had attempts on goal, but they'll not be the best, you know what I mean? So we are struggling at the minute. Comment below and let us know what years are like, what your form's like, what your strengths are like, your injured players. Like I say, I know Callum Wilson and Nick Pope. Before you go, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Right, we've got the Mags in the 3rd round. Get in!